What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. Gary, take it away.
Every week we follow the boys in claret and blue.
In the FA Cup. Sunday, Spurs. By the time we're recording this on the Friday, but by the time this goes out, it should be, I think, the day before. So we're going to put this out Saturday at some point. We're going to quickly talk about the game. That's the shittest thing I've ever said. We're going to talk about. We're going to do.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about this tight-fitting top that is a little bit snug. And we just said I look like, the podgy ball guy looks like a basically table football player. If I had a bar here, you could just spin me around.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
Mate, that's what we should do for the next video. We should just get the human football table out just in fucking tight Villa shirts.
I have got a bit of a cold, so I do, and I'm quite tired, so I do feel a bit crap.
That gives the let's talk about the game.
So we're going to talk about predicted lineups, prediction for the game itself as well. What is the is the FA Cup still? Do we care about the FA Cup? Those kind of things. So yes, and because we're really professional, we're going to ask you to like and subscribe at the start of the video rather than in about 17 minutes.
He's got a cold, but he brought it back. We're going to talk about the game, and we'd like you to talk about the game in the comments. So if you just want to drop something
please
about
do. Please
what you feel about the starting lineup, etc.
It really helps. Like, comments are massive. Really helps. Obviously, likes always helpful. Subscriptions. We've been going mental with subs at the moment. So hopefully people are
coming, please, guys. We love it. I love the messages. Even when I get called fat and podgy and that I can't walk up the stairs, it's all banter. I just what else could we be doing with our days? So please just interact with us. We're here. We'll chat. We will. Come on, let's get it going.
Let's go.
On Sunday.
Go on then, guys.
So,
what are we thinking?
Well, obviously Spurs are in the depths of despair. They got hammered yesterday. Convincingly, didn't have enough shot on target in Liverpool. Because it was a semi-final. I'm praying that Ange doesn't get the sack before Sunday. I don't think he will. Brilliant.
Peak Villa. That would.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned in the last show that I didn't really care about the FA Cup, right? Because I think, league standing and European places is probably more important for the growth of the club. But in terms of now we've just had these additional signings and players out injured, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for these guys to get minutes. And I really am now looking forward to the game. I'm going. James is not because he's ill and doesn't want to come, because it's Spurs and he knows they're crap. So, sorry, Spurs fans, but it's true. Look where you are in the league.
This season, you've been shit.
Yeah, it's fair. And I know you spanked us kind of 4-1 at your place.
This is the thing, right? This is the thing. I said it, I think, a couple of episodes ago. Spurs and Newcastle, the way they play is set up to beat us. And we always really struggle against them. So yeah, I personally, results wise, I'm not too bothered about progressing. I'd just like to see a bit more fight, a good performance, and see some minutes for these players that were brought in. That's what I'm kind of seeing it as. Like I said to you, I think you're going to be on that game, and imagine either he starts or imagine Rashford's coming on. What the you never have dreamt about that a month ago, let alone.
Now's the time to show it, mate, because I think, like I said to you previously, I think he, particularly in Rashford, there is a player there. He's a big household name. It's a quality signing overall, but it only is those things if he performs on the pitch. He's got to show us what he can do. I know he has obviously had some issues off the pitch, and he's done so much off the pitch that's been good, with all the feeding the school kids and all that kind of jazz. Got to commend him for that. But now's the time to let the football do the talking. He's 27 years old, and even if he's using us as a stepping stone to go to bigger and better things, i.e. Barcelona, PSG or whatever, then put yourself in the shop window, mate. Come and get yourself 10, 15 goals in the last part of the season for us and make us finish, as high up as in the league as we can and go as far in the Champions League as we can. And it starts with Sunday. Like you say, even if it comes from a substitute performance, come on and change the game, do something, show us what.
Do something. If he does come on, the crowd will be up. Like, as in, there
Yeah.
will be anticipation for it. There'll
Do
be
you think he'll start? Because we've got 5 injuries. No Watkins, no Torres,
no
no Mings. You don't think
Marlon.
he'll start? You think he'll go with Marlon? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
that'll
think
be
we'll go
off
Marlon.
the base of the fact that he hasn't picked him for the Champions League squad?
Well, no. I think obviously we spoke about that, and I think that I don't think he was going to get picked over the other three, but I mean, obviously, it was the only option we had really. But he did. He obviously made that change against Wolves, and we actually looked all right. Like when he had a goal disallowed, which shouldn't have been disallowed. You know, like he actually technically he should be 1-1. Like well, not 1-1 because he came on. No, that was the Champions League. He actually be 1-1. So I do think, yeah, I'm gonna say probably Marlon starts because Rashford just hasn't played in so long.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if Rashford starts, he's not going to get more than like what 45 minutes.
No, I agree. I just I wanted to ask the question. I think he's
How
probably
dare you? Fucking
I,
hell! Can't
no,
ask me
just
questions.
thought you
I
said at the
ask the
start.
questions.
I just want to talk about the game, mate. That's Let's talk about that. Like, this is the first time we could potentially get to the 5th round in what, about 20 odd years or something stupid like that. I think it is.
Well, it's the first time we got, yeah, because we played Man U for about bajillion years in the third
Yeah.
round or whatever. So, but
Yeah, we
yeah,
got to the 4th round last year, didn't we? And
I'm sure it'd be different if we win. I'm sure I'm going to be
lost to
sitting there
Chelsea.
going, if we win, sure I'm going to be sitting there going, fucking hell, we can win the FA Cup. Let's fucking do it. You know, let's win something. But at this point, at this juncture, I'm kind of sitting there going, good minutes. I just want to see a performance. I want to see something happen. It is at home, so you got to back us. But yeah, I'm not too bothered.
I think for me, mate, in terms of, it's not even about the performance. It's about now the energy within that performance. Like, we've just had this impetus of 5 new players come, so let's see an injection of one players playing for their place. So if Bailey's playing at any point, or if Rodgers, Ramsey,
starts Bailey again, mate, like, honestly, because it is getting to the point where it's like it doesn't matter if you're shit, you're playing. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
And that's my concern, mate. I've said bye to Bailey a long time ago. Check out TikTok. I'm going to do some sort of
Bailey.
Oh, so it's NSYNC, mate. Bye. I'll make a fool for you. Right, just it's time to go. Like, unless he can rise up to the occasion and we can get some performances that we know he's capable of.
Like I was talking about before, I was saying, we all know there's a player there, and we've all had this theory that the RB leaving's massively affected him. He hasn't got the competition. He hasn't got a player who's beside him, maybe creating space for him and running and dragging defenders and stuff. So maybe, Asensio playing in that number 10 or whatever it is helps him, and maybe it does work.
Fingers crossed, mate. I think I want to start because I don't want it to sound as if I'm always being critical of these players, but I think ultimately we want the best out of them to give us the best outcome in games, and we want to know, and having known what they can do when they don't perform. Obviously, they're human, and they're not going to play to those levels all of the time. So, and I understand that, but what I don't understand and what I can't forgive is when there's lack of desire and passion to kind of work your ass off into the ground. And Bailey, he just comes up to mind every time. It was like when he first started, like, was okay going forward, but just zero fucking effort doing anything else. Right? So now's the time. We've got an opportunity to push on and really have a quality season again. Even though we haven't played particularly well in this first half of the season.
Still somehow there.
It's still somehow there.
We're still in touching distance. We're still there, which means if we can kick on, like we said in the last episode, these next 4 games,
massive, mate,
massive.
And and it starts on Sunday. It starts on Sunday with just winning the game and getting through to the next round. It's something we haven't done for a while into the 5th round. So if we can do that, confidence starts to build. Can we use the FA Cup to build confidence, to get these performance levels up? Because now, apart from them just dumping the Liverpool game on us, which was really annoying, right? Bringing it in forward a month, we would have had a week between these games of chances for the team to bond, and now all of a sudden we've got, like, say, 4 games in 13 days. It's a lot to put onto the team.
I agree.
So if we can get through this period with positive results, then who knows how we can kick on? Do you know what I mean? Like, once the Champions League comes around again, we could just be in a place where we could give anyone a game again. Do you know what I mean? Run me up. So that's what I'm hoping for. Come on, Villa. Come on. Every week we follow the boys in tight tank tops. Boom.
I think Gary's on a mental breakdown.
I'm having a mental breakdown. That's what it does to you, mate, because it consumes your brain. Do you know what I mean? Like, I found myself more recently just constantly reading stuff and constantly kind of looking at it, and to the point where I've got to stop because I don't want it to define me like that. I just want to enjoy being a Villa fan again, because it's been such a brilliant ride. Which is the whole point of why we started this in the first place, right? So I don't want to kind of get drawn to what everyone else is doing and kind of be Mr. Negative, as I know I have been and can be. Right? It's just because ultimately I am a massive Villa fan. I want the team to be successful. So I'm just, what I like to think is I'm calling it out as I see it. So if we're shit, we're shit. But if we're good, I'll give the praise. You know what I mean? I want to be singing from the rooftops. Like, I want that moment of, like, saying these 4 games that we play after Sunday, like, to beat Liverpool and Chelsea at home. That could be the turning point for us. That could be the moment that really pushes the catalyst forward to go and win the Champions League and finish in the top 4 again. Do you know what I mean? Like, who knows? Who would bet against us? Because we've now got the squad. I think we've got players there that are good enough to do it. So come on, let's do it.
You've heard it here first. We're winning the FA Cup. We're winning the Champions League. And we're qualifying again, top 4.
All 3, mate.
So on to lineup. I suppose a lot of it picks itself for me. Like, it'd be interesting if Disasi gets any minutes. That might do. But
could he play right back, for instance? Because I think he's starting because Cash is still out.
Yeah, he can play right back. So he could, potentially could play right back. Although, do you want to put Kamara back in at centre? I mean, Kamara can play does play centre back. But
who's going to play the right back's the issue? Who's going to play right back if you don't play Disasi there? Do you know what I mean? Like, so you could play Bogard again, but I just don't think that's his strongest position. Garcia, do you think he'll? Okay,
he played his side against Wolves, didn't he? He looked all right. So
he did.
Potentially, but who is our front 3?
Well,
and this isn't a discussion. This is just for you to give me your front 3.
Well, I would have said Rashford to start, but I kind of agree with what you said earlier, and that I don't think he will. I think he'll be brought on. So I assume it will be Rodgers, JJ, and either Marlon or Bailey.
Okay, so you think Rodgers will play right wing?
Yeah, ish. Or he'll play, he'll play Marlon up top, and JJ and Morgan will just fit amongst themselves, as they tend to do.
Yeah. I do think JJ will start on the left. Sorry, I got a cold. I don't know if I said that. I said that at the start. Did I say that at the start? Yeah, I said that at the start.
You sound like Phoebe from Friends, mate. Sexy, like it.
I think JJ will start on the left. I do think it'll be Marlon up front. And then on the right, I actually think it'll be Bailey. So it'll be a bit boring. It'll just be the normal, predictable 3. But we've got the players to change it. And he might literally go, if we're not winning by half time, I'm just going to throw them on.
Yeah, I assume we'll see both Rashford and Asensio at some point in the game.
I'll be surprised if we did.
Yeah. And then the rest of the team kind of picks itself. I think it'll be like begins back. So you, depending on, so if you go Konza, Disasi, Garcia, Digne.
It's a bit, but it's a proper. When we're listening out, it feels a little bit B team because you're like you've got these players are having to come in and fill in.
Do you think he'll start with Maatsen instead of Digne for the FA Cup?
He might do. Yeah, I mean, this is all conjecture, obviously, but maybe this is the game, because he's going to be up at Brennan Johnson down there, right? If he plays, so bit of pace. He does prefer usually to put Maatsen on if he's up against a bit of pace. So perhaps it will be Maatsen left back, but I think JJ makes a lot more sense on the left, by the way, as well, because he'll do the defensive work. Rashford ain't going to do that.
No, that's very true. No, I understand that. But Rashford,
JJ on the left.
Rashford has to put that. This is what I'm talking about. Like,
he won't. He won't. I don't think. I think however we play with Rashford on the left, I think whoever's that kind of like double pivot, the left side of that will come back and help out left back. I don't think. He's just never done it. Like as in he's never done it. I don't think he.
Well, mate, like, but Bailey was the same. I wouldn't do it. Like I think
Oh,
it's how we play.
no. This is like never. Like the guy's been. He's not that young. He's been playing forever. He's never done it. So I just can't see him doing it. But on a loan spell at the club for potentially 5 to 6 months, I just can't see him suddenly going, fuck it, I'm going to track back. I'm going to add double the amount of miles of the legs.
Well, that's my expectation, mate. That's what I expect from him. I expect him to be everywhere.
All I'm going to hear is you go, Rashford! He's not going to watch kids anymore. So Rashford! Marcus! Get your ass down here! It's like a dad shouting at his kid. But anyway, your score prediction?
I'm confident this. I think I'm going to go with a clean sheet again. I said I wouldn't do this, but I think this in the cups. I'm going to give us a go. 2-0 Villa.
2-0.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm going for an extended visit to Villa Park, guys.
Oh.
I'm going for a Desmond 2-2 penalties.
No, mate, I don't want to be there all night. Like, please, God, no, that happened. Like,
that is what I'm going for. I'm going for a Desmond 2-2 penalties.
Mate, if I get stuck at Villa Park because of your prediction, I swear to God, I'm ringing you anyway. If
it's all my fault, apparently.
Yeah.
Also, now I'm going to have to put a bet on now, because whenever I do these things, I have to put like a $5 on because I'll kick myself if I don't.
No, just a quick thing about Spurs. Obviously, they look at.
By the way, I've put a tenner on us to win the Champions League.
Have you? What was the odds?
33-1.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Never know.
Come on. Fair play,
I need to add spend on this.
Yeah. All money's going to the good cause. Come on, help us out, people. I don't think Spurs are enough of a threat to cause us any problems, mate. They've got still no James Maddison in the squad. He's the only one that kind of did us any damage, really, in the first game that we played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Everybody else looks dead, mate. Like yesterday, I watched the last 20 minutes of the game because I was out, but I got back and they just capitulated. Like
I mean, obviously, they haven't been playing great, but they were up against Liverpool.
No, but mate, Liverpool on semi-final. You go into that game. It was 1-0 it was 1-0 up to the 51st minute, right? But they didn't offer anything. They didn't have a shot on target, And I know Liverpool are great or whatever, but if you look at the goals that they conceded, particularly the third and fourth goals, mate, it's as poor as defending as you'll ever see. Like I couldn't believe what I was watching in terms of lack of movement towards the ball. Like Liverpool played through them as if they weren't even there. It felt like it was like they were scoring goals in training, and from the set piece, like just undone. I think we've got enough there.
You've seen us concede goals this season, right? Like you've watched our game.
Yes, mate. Of course I have. We concede goals for fun, but again, before a game, I have these little butterflies in my tight belly, my tight tank top on, right? Maybe it's a little bit too tight. It's cutting off my circulation. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'll get excited once Spurs have had a shot and didn't score from it. That's when I'll be like, okay, right, we've got past that freaking milestone. They might not score now. But yes. Anyway, brilliant. Thank you. I'm going to call that a wrap. Thank you, everyone, as always, for watching. I've already done the old like and subscribe thing at the start.
We'll do it again. If you're still here after 19 minutes and you haven't, tell us what you think about Sunday's game. And
starters telling us that you watched this for 19 minutes, because that would just be brilliant to hear. Yes, also let us know what you think. Who's going to start? Is Rashford going to play? Is he going to start? Who's going to play up front? Because obviously Watkins out. It'd be really interesting to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Go on, guys.
Every week we follow the boys in claret and blue.
Thank you,
Come on, the Villa boys.
Up the Villa!